Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! The story coming out of Buffalo right now feels almost unreal, almost like something that fans never expected to hear at this point of the offseason. But here it is echoing through every sports radio station and every digital headline. TRE'DAVIOUS White, the man who once embodied the very identity of the Bills' defense, is apparently on his way out. It is not just a random whisper. It's a swelling chorus of insiders, reporters, and those infamous anonymous sources saying the same thing, that the star cornerback is no longer part of the team's long-term plans. Just let that sink in for a second. This is the same player who, for years, was considered a cornerstone of Buffalo's rise into contention. The guy who locked down opposing receivers, who made quarterbacks hesitate, who electrified an entire stadium with a single deflection or interception. And now, suddenly, we are talking about his departure as if it's already been penciled into the script. Fans are shocked, and honestly, who wouldn't be? How can you just move on from a player of his caliber without a storm of questions and without wondering what exactly went down behind the closed doors of the franchise headquarters? What really stings for Buffalo fans is the sense that this isn't just a business decision. It feels almost like the end of an era. When White was drafted, he immediately became a fan favorite, a humble star with a relentless work ethic and charisma that resonated throughout Western New York. He wasn't just another athlete. He was the embodiment of the new Bills culture, one that fought to escape mediocrity and return to relevance in the NFL landscape. He represented hope during the darker seasons and became a leader on and off the field. Every time White stepped onto the turf, there was a sense of security, like the secondary was in safe hands no matter who lined up on the other side. Now, with whispers of his exit, that sense of stability is cracking, and fans are left with a swirl of emotions: confusion, anger, sadness, and maybe even a touch of betrayal. It's the type of rumor that spreads like wildfire because people cannot believe it, yet they cannot look away. The idea of White leaving Buffalo is almost too big to process, and yet it feels like everyone knows something inevitable is happening just beyond the public eye. The timing of these reports makes the story even juicier and, honestly, more complicated. Just think about it. This comes after seasons of injuries, after moments of struggle, and after the Bills' defense has both shined and faltered on the biggest stages. Some insiders are whispering that the franchise simply doesn't want to invest heavily in a corner who has battled setbacks, even if he has proven time and time again that he can return stronger. Others are painting it as a classic clash between business and loyalty, where the front office is calculating cap space, future draft picks, and potential free agent signings, while the fans and locker room just want to see their leaders stay. The brutal truth of the NFL is that even stars can become expendable when the numbers don't add up, and that reality may be hitting Buffalo harder than most cities could handle. If the team really is cutting ties with White, then this isn't just a roster change. It's a seismic shift in how the Bills view their defensive identity moving forward. And you have to imagine how White himself is processing all of this. This is a player who poured his heart into the franchise, who fought through injuries, who bled for the city of Buffalo every single week. Publicly, he has always carried himself with professionalism, never sparking controversy, never giving fans a reason to question his loyalty. But behind the scenes, who knows what kind of conversations have taken place, what promises may have been broken, or what frustrations have built up over time. The NFL is full of unspoken tensions, agents fighting for better contracts, coaches making tough decisions, and players trying to balance pride with career security. Maybe White has simply reached the point where he wants a fresh start, where he wants to prove to himself and to the league that he still belongs among the elite without the weight of past expectations. Or maybe this is truly a one-sided decision, with Buffalo moving on regardless of how he feels. Either way, the emotion behind this situation is palpable, and it's the kind of storyline that fans and analysts will be debating for months, even after the dust settles. Fans are already imagining the ripple effects. What does this mean for the defense moving forward? Buffalo has prided itself on building a unit capable of competing with the high-powered offenses of the NFL, and White was a central piece of that puzzle. Without him, who steps up? Who takes on the responsibility of guarding the league's top receivers, of making those critical plays in clutch moments? The secondary suddenly looks less intimidating, and unless the front office has a plan up its sleeve, this could be a massive hole to fill. Then there's the emotional impact. Players in the locker room who have looked to White as a leader may now feel unsettled, questioning the direction of the team. Continuity is a powerful thing in football, and losing a figure like White is not just about X's and O's, it's about the heartbeat of the squad. The whispers are not just about a player leaving. They're about what happens when a team risks unraveling part of its very identity in pursuit of something different, something uncertain. That tension is exactly why this story has captivated the entire football world so quickly. Of course, the speculation doesn't end with the Bills. The second his name hit the rumor mill, fans and insiders alike started drawing up dream scenarios across the league. Imagine White in a different jersey, lining up for a team desperate for a lockdown corner. Maybe even one that's been chasing a Super Bowl but missing that last piece in the secondary. You could already hear fans of contending franchises flooding social media with pleas for their front offices to make the call. Bring him here. This is the move that gets us over the top. That's the thing about a star like White. He's not just leaving Buffalo, he's potentially reshaping the balance of power in the NFL. Wherever he goes, he brings experience, leadership, and that rare ability to change the outcome of a game with a single play. It makes the rumor all the more electrifying because it doesn't just affect one team, it shifts the conversation league-wide. The drama doesn't stop in Buffalo. It spreads across every fan base that dreams of what White could bring to their defense. And while fans debate destinations, the analysts are locked into the contract situation because, let's be honest, the money always tells the real story. White is a player with accolades, with a resume that demands respect, and any move involving him won't come cheap. If Buffalo is stepping away, is it because of the financial burden? Are they looking to clear cap space for a splashier move? Maybe even a blockbuster signing elsewhere? These are the types of questions that make the rumors so addictive, because the answers are not clear, and every guess opens the door to new possibilities. The NFL offseason thrives on this kind of intrigue, where every whisper feels like a chess move, where every insider report could mean something bigger brewing. If White is leaving, it's not just about losing a cornerback. It's about what the Bills intend to do with the resources they free up. And that possibility alone keeps fans glued to the story, refreshing their feeds for the next scrap of information. At the heart of it all, though, is the undeniable truth that Buffalo fans are hurting. This isn't just about contracts or schemes or future draft picks. It's about losing a player who has become family to the community. White has done charity work, embraced the city, and carried himself in a way that resonated deeply with people far beyond the football field. To see his chapter with the Bills potentially closing feels personal, like something precious being taken away. And yet, as painful as it is, this is the business side of the sport rearing its head once again, reminding everyone that loyalty is often a luxury teams cannot afford. Fans are left clinging to hope that maybe, just maybe, the rumors are exaggerated, that something can be salvaged. But deep down, most know that when stories like this spread with such intensity, there's usually a grain of truth, and that truth is that one of Buffalo's brightest stars may have already played his last snap for the team. The national reaction to the rumors surrounding TRE'DAVIOUS White has been nothing short of explosive. Analysts on major networks are dedicating entire segments to speculate about what this move means for the NFL landscape, and the debate is heated. Some argue that the Bills are making a bold and calculated decision to reset their defense, shifting resources to other positions in an era dominated by high-powered offenses. Others, however, believe this is a catastrophic misstep, one that could weaken the team's Super Bowl window and erode the trust of fans who have invested emotionally in this roster. Every talking head has their own take, and the beauty of this moment is that nobody truly knows the whole story yet. That uncertainty makes every opinion sound plausible, every rumor sound credible, and every prediction sound like it could actually happen. Fans outside Buffalo are intrigued because the possibility of White joining their team is intoxicating, while fans inside Buffalo are divided between frustration and cautious hope. The ripple effect of this single storyline is proof of White's influence. He is not just a player. He is a force that commands attention and changes conversations across the entire football world. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Speculation about possible landing spots has reached a fever pitch. Teams like the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, and even the Kansas City Chiefs have been thrown into the mix as potential suitors, each with compelling reasons why White would fit perfectly. Imagine the Cowboys pairing him with their already aggressive defense, instantly turning them into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Or picture him in Philadelphia, where a secondary upgrade could push them over the edge in their quest to return to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, hungry to maintain their dynasty status, could see White as the missing piece that keeps their reign intact. Social media is buzzing with photoshopped images of White in different jerseys, fans begging front offices to make the call before another franchise swoops in. It's not just about talent. It's about the idea that one transaction could tilt the scales of the entire league. White's departure from Buffalo would not only reshape the Bills, but potentially crown another team as an instant contender. That is the kind of storyline that fuels the offseason dream machine like nothing else. For White himself, this moment is equally powerful and precarious. Every rumor about his future places him in a position of immense opportunity, but also immense pressure. If he does leave Buffalo, he will be walking into a new locker room where expectations will be sky high. Fans will not just want him to contribute. They will expect him to be the missing piece, the savior who elevates their defense to championship levels. That kind of weight is not easy to carry, even for a proven star. But if anyone has the mentality to handle it, it's White. He has battled adversity, pushed through injuries, and never let setbacks define his career. In many ways, this next chapter could become the ultimate proving ground. Is he still the same elite cornerback who once silenced the best receivers in the league? Can he still dominate, still inspire, still lead? If the answer is yes, then wherever he lands will not just be getting a player. They'll be getting a tone setter, a culture changer, and a game changer who alters the very DNA of their defense. That potential is why every whisper about his availability feels like breaking news. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, the atmosphere is tense, almost surreal. The fan base is still processing the possibility of losing a cornerstone, and the city feels like it's stuck between disbelief and resignation. Call-in shows are filled with voices of heartbreak, with lifelong supporters pleading for the team to reconsider, while others reluctantly accept that maybe the front office sees something fans cannot. The locker room dynamic is another mystery altogether. Teammates who have battled alongside White for years may feel blindsided, unsure of what message this sends about loyalty and commitment. How does a defense regroup emotionally after losing not only a leader, but a friend? The challenge for the Bills coaching staff will be monumental, because it's not just about finding a replacement on the field. It's about maintaining the culture and confidence that has been carefully built over the past several seasons. One decision can ripple through an entire roster, and this one feels like a potential earthquake. Buffalo has weathered storms before, but this one could test the emotional resilience of both the team and its loyal fan base like never before. The league as a whole thrives on stories like this, because they highlight the razor-thin line between dominance and vulnerability. Just last season, the Bills were viewed as one of the most balanced teams in the NFL, capable of competing with anyone. Now, with whispers of White's exit, that balance feels precarious, almost fragile. It's a reminder of how quickly things can change in professional sports, how one player's departure can unravel years of planning and momentum. And yet, it also shows how opportunity always exists for reinvention. If Buffalo truly lets White go, they will face the daunting task of reimagining their defense, potentially relying on younger players or pursuing another big name in free agency. That uncertainty is terrifying for fans, but thrilling for neutral observers, because it adds layers of unpredictability to a league that already thrives on chaos. For every heartbreak in Buffalo, there's excitement somewhere else, and that duality is exactly what makes the NFL offseason one of the most captivating dramas in sports. White's rumored departure isn't just a headline. It's a plot twist in the league's never-ending saga. From a business standpoint, the decision might make sense, but that doesn't soften the emotional blow. Teams often look at spreadsheets, salary caps, and future flexibility, while fans look at memories, loyalty, and connections. White was never just a number on a roster. He was a symbol of Buffalo's climb back into relevance, a face that fans associated with resilience and hope. To watch him walk away feels like tearing out a chapter from the team's storybook. And yet, the cold calculus of the NFL never changes. Teams are always chasing the next move, always trying to get younger, faster, and cheaper. If White's contract or injury history no longer fits the vision, then the Bills' front office may feel they have no choice but to move on. That doesn't mean the fans have to like it, and judging by the outcry on social media, they absolutely don't. But in the NFL, tough decisions are often made in pursuit of championships, even when they leave scars on the hearts of those who live and breathe the team every Sunday. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one player or one team. It's about the drama that makes sports the most captivating theater in the world. TRE'DAVIOUS White's rumored exit from Buffalo is a reminder that nothing lasts forever, not even the brightest partnerships between city and star. It's about heartbreak and opportunity, endings and beginnings, loyalty and business. Fans may never get the full story of what went wrong, of why now, of why him, but they will remember how it felt when the whispers began, when the headlines spread, and when reality started to sink in. For Buffalo, this could mark the start of a painful but necessary transition. For White, it could spark a thrilling new chapter, one that proves he still belongs among the elite. And for the NFL, it's the kind of narrative that fuels endless discussion, proving once again that the league is not just a sport. It's a never-ending story, and right now, TRE'DAVIOUS White is the main character in its latest, most captivating rumor. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.